you right now. Let's get right to it with the latest in this election. Happening now as senior administration officials tell CBS News that the president may not concede the election even if Joe Biden declares victory. And Ange, as we mentioned, several states are still counting their ballots at this moment.
We knew it was going to be a slow process, and sure enough, Nick, that's what we're looking at. Let's check in on a number of scenarios that could play out here. There are plenty of them. President Donald Trump inching closer to victory in Arizona. Meanwhile, Joe Biden only needs 6 more delegates to clinch the presidential race, which means, honestly, if he wins just one more state, that's it. The race will be called. Now, overnight, President Donald Trump demanded that several states stop counting their ballots. He is alleging widespread fraud. The Trump campaign filed lawsuits in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Georgia, but courts in Michigan and Georgia dismissed those claims. Trump also requested a recount in Wisconsin.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win. If you count the illegal votes, they can try to steal the election from us.
Legal experts say the campaign has not produced proof of the fraud it is alleging. So far, at least 2 courts agree.
Now, overnight, the campaign also threatened to file a lawsuit in Nevada. Trump claims the state is counting improper votes. CBS 4's Bianca Reyes begins our team coverage this morning. She's live in the newsroom with the latest on the lawsuits in both Nevada and Pennsylvania. Bianca, good morning to you.
Good morning. The Associated Press reports former Vice President Biden now leads Nevada by less than 1% over President Donald Trump. The Trump campaign filed its 4th lawsuit in 24 hours against the state. The campaign claims to have evidence that people who are deceased and non-residents have cast ballots in this election. It's important to note Nevada law requires a 30-day residency in the state to be eligible to vote. However, the law also states ballots postmarked by Election Day will still be counted if they arrive by Tuesday, November 10th. That's a full week after November 3rd. Meanwhile, in Pennsylvania, the Trump campaign did win an appellate ruling to allow party and campaign observers closer access to election workers processing mail-in ballots in Philadelphia. Early this morning, the Associated Press reports President Trump's lead is nearly 18,000 votes.
A very good place with the mail-in and absentee ballots, but not quite there yet. But then there's still going to be provisional ballots, the military and overseas ballots, and so forth. So the closer the race is, the longer it takes. But I think what I've said all along is that the overwhelming majority of ballots will be counted by Friday. I still think that we're ahead of the schedule, and we actually already have counted the overwhelming majority of ballots, but because it's a close race, it's not quite clear yet who the winner is.
Now, there's still a possibility a winner won't be decided for days because it is such a close race in the state. Pennsylvania law says if there is less than half a percentage point difference between Biden and Trump's vote total, a recount must be held. Reporting live in the newsroom this morning, I'm Bianca Reyes. Back to you.